You own the place. Let your workers have the tips. You douchebag.
They make enough money on those crab fries.
Let that
right?
Pete Siriaki job. I could use the sue me, Pete. I could use the publicity. You prick. You double dipping prick. You.
It's America's stupidest podcast. Think NPR for dummies. This is the McGonigle Podcast.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the McGonigle Podcast, America's stupidest podcast. We're back. I apologize that we're back, but we're back for another episode of stupidity disguised as mediocrity, but we're here. So I want to say we got a great panel today, two great comedians here. We got Chris Dolan is here. Chris, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me, Ed.
Michael Lancer is here. Mike, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
I appreciate these guys coming out. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can top last week's stupidity. It'll be hard, but we're going to give it a shot. Well, I guess we'll start with America's favorite driver, the AAA Man of the Year, Tiger Woods. We'll start with him. I thought it was his third car accident, but now I'm seeing reported that it was his fourth. I must have missed one somewhere. Apparently I missed one of his accidents. What is this guy? How can he not have a driver or call Uber? I don't understand.
Does it count his ex-wife beating on his car with a 5-iron?
I counted that one. I'm not sure where the fourth one was. I knew that one and the one in California, and I guess there was another one somewhere along the line.
There was one where there was the one in California where he flipped the Genesis.
Right.
Then there was when he was falling asleep at the wheel with 2 flat tires.
Oh, maybe that's the one I missed.
Yeah.
Then. That might be the one I forgot about.
Yeah,
he
was at a stoplight asleep with 2 flat tires.
2 flat tires. Wow.
Yeah.
Even me in my drinking days, I didn't drive with flat tires. My tires were always inflated. Wow.
That's when the New York Post had the DUI of the Tiger mugshot.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That makes it. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's unbelievable. And he's dating Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife.
Yeah, exactly.
How does he not? Seriously, how does he not either hire a driver or call a car service? I don't understand that.
It was 2 in the afternoon.
But still, if you know you're on medication or whatever you're on.
That's not an excuse for not calling a driver. It just seems weird to be like that.
But apparently,
at 2 in the afternoon.
he refused to take a urinalysis because apparently he knew whatever he was on was going to show up. So if you know you're on something like that, why drive? Well, he can easily afford a car service, not even a top-of-the-line car service. Why would you drive?
I'm guessing because he probably successfly navigated it 50 times before, and this was the one time that he...
I guess, but I mean, it's unbelievable to me.
Better than most.
He's the type of... He should have a caddy telling him when he can drive instead of a caddy for the guy. Just telling him when you can drive and when you can't drive. What was that caddy's name? Fluff? Remember that guy when he first got famous? Fluff? Was that the guy's name?
It might have been,
He had a nickname. It was like a character.
Yeah, I think Fluff moved on to like Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, something like that. He was a character. He was on all the talk shows. Yeah. But it was.
He goes through caddies the way he goes through wives and girlfriends.
And his ex-girlfriend, she's had her problem, Lindsey Vaughn, because she's lying there. They can share a hospital room, and him and they get back together. But it's unbelievable. This could keep happening to this guy.
Painkillers.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They can definitely share painkillers. But how can this keep happening to the same? It's unbelievable. I mean, Dennis Rodman looks at this guy and tells, "Hey, dude, slow down, get a hold of yourself." It's amazing that he can have this many problems and still nobody in his life can tell him, "Tiger, you can't drive. You can't do this." He must not listen to anybody.
Maybe they'll have like a televised intervention at the Masters.
Well, I'm thinking, why doesn't he just marry Britney Spears? The two of them, they'd be perfect together. 2 train wrecks, they'd be destined to be together. Him and Britney Spears.
They could have the par 3 contest followed by the intervention.
Exactly.
And then, like, the drive, chip, and putt.
But he must be so hard-headed, right? That he just doesn't listen to anybody. He has to be so arrogant. It has to be what it is. That he just can't listen to anybody.
Literally swelled up. I mean, you compare pictures of when he was like 19, 20 years old till now. It's,
It must be that he's just that arrogant that he doesn't listen to. That's the only thing I can think of.
Billionaires don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, but I mean, but still, there are certain guys that they don't get in this. I guess they figure it out, or there are guys who won't drive, or they'll figure something out. But this is. I mean, if Keith Moon was alive, he'd probably be counseling him, telling him to slow down.
Yeah,
I mean, it's unbelievable that he get in this much trouble.
I think the paradox is you have that much money, you think, okay, I need stuff to spend my money on, like OxyContin, or Percocet.
I guess that's what happened. That's what happens to those rock stars. They get so much money, they just start spending it on booze and everything because, like you say, they have so much. So I guess
I should throw in allegedly there.
Yeah,
I don't know,
allegedly.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, you can sue me. I can use the publicity. I'm not throwing allegedly. I'm hoping somebody sues me. I need to publicize the podcast. Sue me.
With that kind of money, you figured you'd have a self-driving automobile.
Something.
Yes,
You know, and just-
yeah, I didn't even think of
Exactly.
that.
Perfect. A self-driving car, a car service. It's ridiculous. But he must be that arrogant that he just can't listen to anybody. I guess.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable that he can't be that bad. I mean, I don't think Allen Iverson had ever had this guy. Did he ever get in a car accident? I don't think he did. He had his problems. I don't think he was even getting in car accidents.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
AI's lived a
Even Billy
responsible
Joel
life.
stopped driving at some point. He said they got a
Yeah.
hold of him and said, Billy, you can't drive anymore. Yes. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think even Ted Kennedy stopped. Well, maybe he didn't stop driving. But
He stopped driving now. That's
yeah,
for
well,
sure.
yeah, now he stopped driving. But it really is unbelievable that he can be that nobody can talk to the guy and tell him to knock it off. That's wow. So did you read about the professional cornhole player who with the no arms and legs
Yes,
and
exactly.
still managed to kill somebody? This guy's got to be the greatest murderer ever. I mean,
Shot a guy in a car.
he was driving. He was driving too. Another guy driving. He drives. It's a tough week for drivers.
That wasn't even a Tesla either. It was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stick shift.
It must have been like, was it specially equipped that he could drive
Had
it with
to
his
have been,
stumps
yeah.
or something? I don't
Yeah.
know, but he
No arms and legs, and he's a better driver than Tiger
right.
Woods.
But the thing that got me was not that he was a murderer or had no arms and legs. That professional cornhole player. Who pays you for that? Somebody pays you to be a
Oh,
professional.
yeah, hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's money in there.
Yeah, you
There's
watch,
money for cornhole players.
You watch the non-major ESPNs and like cornhole.
The
is all
Ocho.
over it. Yes, the Ocho. Yeah, it's all over
That's
that.
unbelievable. See, I failed capital. I can't make money doing anything. This guy's making money doing cornhole. I don't understand. I was looking at going professional cornhole.
This is the devastating blow for the 2028 Summer Paralympic cornhole squad.
But they said when he shot him, he tried to get the other two guys in the car to help him hide the body, and they were like, and they took off.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing.
I know.
But this guy must be like a
He
gangster.
needed someone to dig a hole for him.
Could you? I
Unless he
have.
digs it like a dog. Sorry, that's
I
terrible.
have 2 arms and legs. I couldn't drive and fire a gun at the same time. This guy's driving and firing a gun with no arms. This guy's unbelievable, the
He had a
talent.
voice-activated gun.
This guy is a talented guy. The military should have been having. The Pentagon should have hired this guy. He's just talented.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's like
unbelievable.
The James Bond of quadruple
Would he
amputees.
kick back the dirt with his legs?
Yeah,
Like-
that's what I mean.
I wonder. Yeah,
Oh, like,
Yeah, like
talking
a-
about the front digging, but what about the back? You know.
he must be good. That's
I
unbelievable.
tried to get away from it, and then you bring it back
No.
in. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
You think he was like Joe Pesci? And well, I'll dig the hole. Where are the shovels?
Yeah,
And they tell me,
exactly.
you're digging a
What
hole.
are we having for dinner, Mom?
You're digging a hole. Did he have to shoot him in the trunk like Billy Bats? How does this guy must be crazy? He's
Yeah.
shooting somebody. He's trying to hide the body. He's like the other guy who was a murderer with the no legs. Remember the guy over in England? He had what's the
Pastorius or something like
yeah,
that? The guy with the-
Oscar Pistorius.
There
Oscar
it is.
Oh,
with the-
Pistorius.
with the-
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
Blade Runner guy.
Yeah.
So now there's 2 amputee murderers.
Right.
They should put him in the same cell.
I think
That would be a great-
Pistorius either is getting parole or is
Yeah,
been
I did see something like that. But how great of a reality show would that be? The amputee murderers in the same jail cell?
Yeah,
That would be
right.
awesome.
A&E's working on that right now.
Oh, that
Yeah.
I would
We just need
watch
3
that.
more people.
I don't watch a lot of reality shows. I'd watch that. I'd watch the amputee murderers fighting each other. That's unbelievable. We don't have 1 amputee murderer. We have 2.
Right.
2 athlete amputee murderers. You would have won a lot of money on DraftKings if you'd have bet that. We're going to have 2 athlete amputee murderers. That's unbelievable.
Did Pistorius shoot his girlfriend?
His girlfriend,
in
he
the
said
bathroom?
he said some cockamamie story about how I thought it was a burglar.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
Every guy should do that when they shoot their wives. I thought it was a burglar.
His girlfriend was
I
cute,
wish my
too.
father would have thought that. Oh, she was really pretty. She was
Yeah.
really pretty. But yeah, I thought there was a burglar.
Should Jim Abbott be the host?
Yeah, Jim
Oh,
Abbott.
yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, good pull.
Jim Abbott didn't murder anybody. He was a slacker. He only threw a no-hitter in Yankee Stadium. He didn't murder anybody. What a slacker Jim Abbott was. Holy mackerel. I forgot about Jim Abbott. Good call, Jim Abbott. I forgot about him. God, you talk about an underrated guy. Throws a no-hitter with one hand and everybody forgets about him.
Yep.
Jeez. Tough crowd. That's a tough crowd of people forgot it. But no, I mean the amputee murderer. I knew a guy. He had one arm. He used to bartend with one arm.
Oh,
and
wow.
Sometimes he would, like on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon with football games, it'd be a packed bar, and he'd be running up and down with his one arm. And I thought he was impressive.
I'll say.
He's nothing compared to
Yeah.
he did
Did he flip
double
the
murdering
bottles
guy.
like Tom Cruise in Cocktail?
Yeah, he was flipping stuff. Yeah,
Probably broke a few.
and I was impressed by him. You know, the bartender one on, but this guy has him beat. The murderer's got him
I'll
beat.
say.
Holy mackerel! That is it. That he's going to be Sportsman of the Year, Sports Illustrated cover at the end of the year. That'd be great if he was on the Sportsman of the Year. Even something. You see where YouTube got sued for they said they YouTube and Instagram. They said they ruined this girl because they got her addicted to social media.
Yep.
She started at like 9.
Yeah. But so now they're going to give money to the parents who weren't supervising the kid in the first place. I mean, think about it. The parents weren't supervising this kid. Now they're going to get rewarded for not supervising their kid.
Yeah, really.
I don't.
Now she can upgrade her phone.
Yeah, she can go from an Android up to an iPhone finally.
Yes, exactly.
But they're saying that, they tried to get her addicted. But that's what everybody does.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I'm trying to get people addicted to the McGonigle podcast. But everybody, any kind of food product, anything, Apple with phone, anything, cars, they try to, of course, that's what retail is. Any kind of business, they try to get you addicted. You guys are trying to get people addicted to that to come out to your comedy show.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
the point. That's what business is.
Yep.
Yeah, of course they tried to get you addicted. You can't sue somebody. You sued somebody? I don't understand that.
I think it's that they're so good at it.
Well,
I mean, it's that they're successful at it that makes them a target.
you could say the same thing about the TV networks all those years, right? They tried to get people addicted to
for a
their
while.
dumb TV
Not
shows.
so much anymore.
Not so much anymore, but it was successful for 70 years.
Yes, yeah,
Movie thing,
absolutely.
radio, music. You can say that about anybody to trying to get you addicted.
Yeah.
That's capitalism. You try to get people addicted to your product. That's
I
the
heard
idea.
this referred to as the big tobacco moment because now this opens a door for like everybody who's got a social media addicted kid.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
cash in, yeah.
You're gonna say, I don't understand that. I mean, listen, yeah, of course you're trying to get people addicted. Again, that's kind of the free market. That's how it works. I don't know. You're
I
gonna
think
sue
on the one hand, it's hard to find a rooting interest here because you've got the,
Of course,
the,
I'm not-
the,
yeah,
the
I don't-
parents, getting rich, and then on the other sid, no one's like, oh, poor Mark
No,
Zuckerberg.
it's not that I feel sorry for him. It's just what you
No, of
said.
course not,
The
yeah.
president that now anybody can say. And who are you going to sue? I don't know. The
Yeah.
beer companies. You think beer companies aren't trying to get you addicted? Anybody? But remember, we never had bottled water as a kid. We did it, and they got you addicted to bottled water. You used to drink out of the tap. Anything can get
Now
you
the
addicted.
parents are going to be posting videos of them in the
Exactly.
Caribbean and posting it online,
Yeah.
Maybe not to.
And somebody will get addicted to that.
Instagram,
Yeah,
but-
but I mean, you're right. It's ridiculous. I don't know. You shouldn't get rewarded for that because you didn't supervise your kid and your kid got addicted to social media. I don't know.
I don't know why it would be just kids. Now you're going to have adults.
Anybody,
saying
anybody,
that
that's
their
exactly
quality
right.
of life has been ruined by Facebook. Which
Anybody.
it probably has.
Well, yeah, all of our quality of life's been ruined. I'm trying to ruin people with this podcast. If I can ruin a few people, I will have succeeded. That's my whole. That's my whole
YouTube is
point.
like, hey, hang on a minute. We taught people how to change their own door locks.
Yeah, I don't.
There's good out there.
I don't. You could say that. I mean, there was a big comic book scare in this country. If you go back and read, I guess it was like the 1930s or something. There was the big comic book scare.
Oh, that they were corrupting
comic books
kids?
were
Yeah.
ruining kids. There were actually congressional hearings about comic books.
Oh, and heavy metal music.
There
There's the
you
whole
go,
Tipper
Gore,
Gore thing.
exactly. So I mean, it's always that. This is ruining people. It's an excuse. You want supervising your kid, and it all goes back to the same thing. Thank God I don't have any kids. Imagine how bad they would be. They'd all be
me
in jail.
neither.
If I had kids, they'd all be in jail. I guarantee I'd be a terrible parent. I'd be awful. You imagine me
I'm
being
a
a
bad
role
enough
model?
husband.
Yeah. I live alone and I'm a bad influence. I'm a bad influence on the imaginary people in my house. It's bad, but I don't know. Blaming YouTube. I don't know. You got a bad life when you think it's YouTube's fault. It might be you. You might want to buy a mirror. I don't know. Hey, you been reading about Bob Barker? Bob Barker's back. You read about Bob Barker?
Yep,
All
bad
the-
guy behind the
supposedly,
scenes.
supposedly he was banging all the girls, all the Price is Right models. But that was the show, right? Price is Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was banging all the Price is Right models, and Bob Barker seemed like this nice guy. If you remember, I'd stay home from school, and Bob Barker, nice guy. he was banging everybody. And he was basically pressuring these girls into having sex with him.
Yeah.
And he didn't. They finally got a black girl on there to be one of the models, and apparently he was. Wait a minute, they got a black girl for me. Keep it white.
He was.
Keep it. So,
or one of the models was like dating a black guy, and he didn't. Like that
I'm
either.
sure he didn't. I'm sure he didn't like that.
Yeah,
that definitely didn't go for Bob.
Yeah, he was all up in these women's personal lives. It was really bad.
Bob, that's nowadays you would know about it, but back then things stayed secret. You didn't know what people were up to back then.
Yeah.
Like you didn't know that Johnny Carson was such a big alcoholic and, and he was banging everything. You didn't know about it.
He's lucky he didn't. Bob Barker, lucky he didn't get one of them pregnant. Then he would have had him spayed.
Who knows? Yeah, spayed. There you go. Who knows if he didn't have? He may have had a boy. You read about these rich guys paying for abortions all the time, and so he may have these famous guys.
In the 90s, wasn't there a scandal with Diana Parkinson, and she ended up doing the Playboy spread and telling everybody about how
and she hasn't been heard from in years and years.
I think she did. I think she did sue him for like harassment, saying that there was harassment. Yeah, I forget whether she won the lawsuit or not. Yeah, you're right. That's true. But I don't know. Now more stuff's coming out. And apparently, remember those girls? They would have the girls in bikinis doing that. They'd be like chancing over the hot tub and every girl. Apparently, that was his idea. He wanted to get the girls in bikinis.
Oh, and the producers. We're on them too. Yeah.
Which nowadays you would never have that because the girls would be screaming about harassment. That's funny. Price is Right.
I haven't watched The Price is Right in years. Do
Drew
they
Carey.
have like male models now? Too,
I haven't
like,
seen.
showing
I've
up
never
in
seen it with
cars
Drew
and-
Carey. I've never seen the Drew Carey version.
No.
But they do. But
Okay.
here's the thing. Back then, it was considered this innocent game show. You remember?
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
absolutely. I watched The
innocent.
Price is Right all the
Everybody. It
time.
was this innocent, middle America show. Everybody watched it. Now you find out all this stuff was going on behind.
Yeah.
Barker was like an Epstein behind the scenes. He was like a Benny Hill running, chasing the girls around a hot tub.
I like seeing those videos where you see the person in the wheelchair and they win like a wave runner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the clip of a young Vanna White before she was on Wheel of Fortune as one of the contestants?
No.
Come on down, Vanna White. And you talk about beautiful. She is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Before she was famous, Johnny Olsen would say, "Come on down, Vanna White."
Did she win anything?
I forget if she won. I've seen the clip where they call her out of the audience, and wow, that's Vanna White, beautiful. She's probably, she's got to be in her early 20s. I mean, it's amazing how pretty she is in this
She
clip.
won one of the easiest careers ever.
Oh, that she did. That she did. But yeah.
They had to have stacked those, random drawings for contestants.
Oh, pretty girls.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always pretty girls. You remember?
No.
But she just looks fantastic. Did you find? You didn't find a video, did you? There it is. Is that it with Vanna White? Oh, the goddamn ad.
Oh, doggone it.
Hey,
Perfect access.
this YouTube has got me addicted to ads now. Look at this.
I do need a tax expert, though.
But yeah, who would have thought? I wonder if the other game show guys were up to that stuff. Like, is this it? This might be
Monty
it.
Hall.
Our power.
The Hour of Power. Da-da-da-da. I'll fill in the music.
You all have Farrah Fawcett hair. Not her.
Okay,
but,
There's young, but there he is.
He's got that long, skinny microphone.
There's young
there
Vanna
we
White.
go.
There's young
Yeah.
Vanna White. Yeah, beautiful. Right?
Wow, get serious. Okay.
But you would like to know that this is the first item up for bids in the price.
Yeah, it's amazing seeing. Oh, there you go.
Barbells.
There he goes. But yeah, it's funny seeing a young Vanna. But Bob Barker. I wonder if Monty Hall or Gene Rayburn was crazy on a match game. He was crazy on camera. Gene Rayburn.
He had an even longer, skinnier microphone than Bob Barker.
I still love watching those match
yeah,
games.
Charles Nelson Riley.
And they had the same announcer, Johnny Olsen. He would do the match game 75. And that match game was funny. What was that? Remember Jack Barry on the Joker's Wild? Joker.
Triple,
Yeah. There were all those
I'll take those
there were
jokers
so
off
many
the
game
board.
shows. Do they still have game shows on network television? I don't
They
know.
do.
I think
Prime
it used to,
time.
yeah. So just
Oh
prime
yeah,
time.
prime time. But it was
They
they
have
They
like
have
press
your luck. Yeah.
daytime
No
with
weenies.
Tom Kennedy. Remember Tom Kennedy and Dick Clark did the
Name that too.
$20,000 pyramid.
Yeah.
There were so many of them on
Psycho from the Gong Show.
the Gong Show. Chuck Barris made his money.
So she sued him. Parkinson sued him for sexual harassment.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I didn't know if you said that or not. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I
And then
didn't.
she, it was too costly. So she says it was taking a toll on her health. So she.
Oh, she dropped the lawsuit.
dropped the
Oh, he
lawsuit,
probably
yeah.
he
And then
probably had some
disappeared, I
pressure
think,
on her
yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Who
and
the
she was
hell
also
knows?
Miss World,
Wow.
according to this, in 1965.
Yeah, she was really pretty, Diane Parkinson, back in the day. Yeah, absolutely. So it started up again where people are claiming to see Bigfoot. Have you been reading about this? There's been a
No,
bunch
that
of
one I've completely
bunch of
missed.
Bigfoot sightings somewhere. I don't know if it was New Mexico or Arizona, but a bunch of people claim they've seen Bigfoot recently. But I remember that back in the 70s when I was a kid,
Oh,
Bigfoot,
sure.
and it went
They
away.
had documentaries,
Yeah, it
like,
went away, and now all of a sudden
searching for
there's
Bigfoot.
like a resurgence of Bigfoot. It's making a
Son of
comeback.
$6 million man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he fight him? Didn't
Yeah.
Steve
Maybe,
Austin?
yeah.
Steve Austin fight the Bigfoot? That's right. And speaking of whoremasters, Lee Major was constantly at the Playboy Mansion. He was living in the
yeah?
Playboy Mansion. Yeah, Lee Majors, James Caan, what's his name, Fred Dryer from Hunter. They were like
Okay.
O.J. Simpson. They were like living at the Playboy Mansion. Those guys. They were there all the time. He was one of those guys.
What the heck?
Yeah, well, I guess because you can't blame him. What the hell?
If you could, you would.
Yeah, probably. But they said lots of times the Playboy Mansion was kind of boring. Like you'd go there thinking, like Jay Leno said that, like you'd go there thinking it's going to be girls, and it's a bunch of guys like Lee Majors hanging around
right.
playing pinball and ping
Yeah,
pong,
right.
and say, oh, where's the girls?
Sausage party.
Where's the girls?
Yeah, they were all up late the night before, so they must have gotten there too early.
But this resurgence of Bigfoot, it's like, well, the people have just no time, so much time on their hands. And you know it's probably a hoax. Or maybe it's not, but it's got to be some kind of hoax, right?
Did they mention where and what context
was-
they've been seeing them?
It was like, I think it was either Arizona or New Mexico, but it's a whole bunch of sightings. And some people were taking it serious. Harry and the Hendersons, I remember that movie. but there's some people actually taking it serious. But you know it can't be. They can't be a Bigfoot. I mean, I can't imagine that there's a big. It would be great. He'd probably, if there was a real Bigfoot, he'd have a podcast by now. Everybody has a podcast.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
no way he wouldn't have a podcast or video, or Instagram video, something. That's why it can't be true.
Too warm of a climate with all that fur.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Arizona would be tough. Yeah.
That's why the same thing about aliens. I don't believe aliens because they would have a podcast by now. They would be, or they would be on OnlyFans or a Cameo.
But I wonder where they're like in the woods or
Yeah,
you know,
it's that kind of stuff, woods or desert type of settings, and people are spotting Bigfoot. But it can't be. There's blurry videos again up,
Yeah,
but
plus
it's got to be.
everybody's got a high quality camera in their
Oh,
pocket
nowadays you would think. Mm-hmm. I've said that about aliens and spaceships. But everybody with all these cameras, you should be able. How come nobody can get a good shot of one of these spaceships? If
right.
if aliens are real, why are we
Yeah,
not?
all
Why,
those
we,
megapixels
why
for
are we
nothing.
not seeing good video of aliens with all the camera work we have now? It doesn't make any sense. Speaking of space, did you see two of our finest astrophysicists, Kim Kardashian and Nicki Minaj? Both come out and they said they don't believe the moon landing happened. The moon landing was fake.
Holy.
And if you can't trust Nicki Minaj, I don't know who you can trust.
Yeah, I
really.
know.
You've been hearing this for years about. You don't think the moon landing was fake?
Astrophysicist.
Two of our greatest minds, our scientific minds, Kim K and Nicki Minaj. You think the moon landing was fake, Mike? Real, fake? What do you think?
It was real.
I would think it was real. I would have to think.
Yeah.
But Buzz Aldrin punched somebody once. Did you ever see that video?
No.
He was at some fan thing, and a guy
Sure.
starts telling him about how it was fake, and Aldrin got so mad he actually clocked the guy. He actually punched the guy for telling him that the moon landing was
Funny
fake.
thing is, he probably paid $50 for Buzz Aldrin's autographs.
Yeah, something like that. But the guy's being belligerent. And Aldrin gets that. I guess I'm sure he was an old military guy. Aldrin's astronaut. He just clocks the guy for saying it was fake.
Well, the thing is, it was before their time, and so all they know are
Oh, yeah. Oh,
conspiracy
absolutely.
theories that have emerged since then.
Some
and that's
people
what they
think-
glom onto.
Some people think that the government hired Stanley Kubrick to
wow.
fake it, to have all the which it couldn't be true. Is this the thing with Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah.
Get away from me, you coward.
Oh, wow.
I would I'd fuck with one of those old guys, man.
Yeah,
The old
right.
astronaut, military guys.
Yeah, plus he called him a coward.
Yeah,
and
I
a
mean,
liar.
that's the last thing. He just popped the guy.
That cameraman really focused on that woman's skirt, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footage on that.
But I mean, it has to be. It had to have happened, right? The moon landing. I mean, Buzz Aldrin's punching guys. It had to have happened.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I remember sitting in front of my TV transfixed.
But you're
looking
right.
at-
It's young. This young generation who wasn't around at the time, and they think, well, maybe it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't mean I couldn't have been fooled when I was 9 or 10 years
yeah,
old.
but there are actually people who believe that the government hired Stanley Kubrick. But that doesn't make any sense either. I mean,
Yeah, because Stanley Kubrick would have demanded like 100 takes.
exactly. We'd still be waiting
was
for the
a
moon landing.
notorious asshole.
It never would have happened. You're absolutely right. It never would have happened. But we would have. Somebody would have leaked it by now. Somebody would have talked. You can't keep something like that quiet. Somebody would have ran their mouth. There's no way. But it's just funny that if you Kim Kardashian and Nicki, why would you even take an opinion on something like that? I mean, why wouldn't you just shut up about it? How many times has she?
Conversely, they probably would have believed if Bigfoot landed on the moon.
That they would believe. The same people. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
But how many
that
times did
could
Kim
happen.
Kardashian fail the bar exam now? She's failed it like 3 or 4
3 at
times or
least,
some damn thing. She's failed the bar exam more than Tiger's crashed his car. I think. But if you were Kim Kardashian, why even take the bar? You're already rich. Why are you trying to take a bar exam?
Because she's in love with justice.
Yeah, she is. She's
3 times.
And
3
NBA
times.
players.
Yeah, NBA players and but you would
Well, they're
think.
going to the moon in a couple days, so it's
Yeah, they are
so
doing.
probably
They are going.
it's
There's
being interviewed.
going to be people, I guarantee, all over social media saying it's fake. I guarantee it.
Well, they were probably inspired by Katy Perry and Lauren Sanchez.
Some people think that was fake. Some people think they didn't go up. Who knows? It's a shame they came back. That's the only bad part of
Yeah,
that.
I know.
It's a shame they came back. But yeah, I don't know. Kim Kardashian. I mean, just take your money you've made. You're already famous. Why keep embarrassing yourself by failing a bar exam? Is she doing a podcast? Yeah, I think she's doing Kim Kardashian. She's probably doing something. Everybody's doing a podcast.
Where does she find the time?
But I still say mine's the stupidest.
Busy parenting, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure those kids are being raised right. The good nannies who are raising those kids, they probably call the nanny's mom. Do you read about the McDonald's robot? There's certain McDonald's is using robots instead of regular workers.
Really?
In a lot of the locations, they're using, and people are startled because when they go in, the robots are actually using the proper grammar, and nobody at McDonald's is used to that. Workers using grammar, but I
Who's
mean,
going to spit in the Big Macs?
exactly. Who's gonna give you a dirty look when you ask for a straw or something? I mean, I don't know. It's
Do they
probably
program them to forget the fries at the drive-thru?
it's probably an improvement. You ever see the people at McDonald's? Robots probably are an improvement. It could be worse than some of the people at McDonald's.
Oh, I don't know. I really love those people at the McDonald's drive-thru that I go to. I don't want to besmirch those hard workers.
I did go recently because I went because it was St. Patrick's Day, and I said I got to get me a Shamrock Shake.
Oh, there you go.
So I hadn't been to McDonald's in a long time, but I went to one, and I had to go out of the city because I didn't trust the ones in the city. And I don't know about to Philadelphia. Let me go up to
Probably
Ben.
cost like
I went up to
$6.
Ben Salem.
Yeah.
I figured that maybe there's less chance of a shooting in Ben Salem McDonald's than in my
Slightly.
neighborhood. Yeah, slightly. You're right, because it's only about 5 minutes outside of Philly, so it could still happen. But yeah, but all these places.
Oh, wow. There we go.
There's going to be a lot of things that are going to replace people, right? They're going to
What's
robots
he
and
got,
AI.
Like 7 burgers going at once there?
There you
No,
go.
8? Wow.
Wow.
Damn, look at them go.
Yeah, this one in Phoenix is only has robots in it.
Wow.
So every aspect of the
There's going to be so many jobs in this country that are going to be robots and AI. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm glad I'm getting old because young guys are going to have a hard time getting jobs with this AI and these robots.
Yeah, I'll say.
It's going to be
Yeah, you
hard
can't
to
even get hired at McDonald's.
McDonald's. But talking about them being miserable, you know who the most miserable people are the Dunkin' Donuts workers. You ever go?
yeah.
These people are miserable. The coffee's great, but they're miserable.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. You go to Starbucks, all the workers are happy, they're jumping around, and the coffee stinks. You go to Dunkin' Donuts, they look like hostages, and the coffee's great. So you need miserable people to make good coffee, apparently. Because I've never seen anybody at Dunkin' Donuts smile. And I go to Dunkin' Donuts a lot. Nobody ever smiles. I mean, they are miserable people.
Since I retired, I haven't been in a Dunkin' Donuts, and I used to go to the one in Suburban Station,
Right.
downtown Philly, all the time, but I haven't been in forever.
They don't look happy. You go to Dunkin' Donuts or is there a coffee place you go
Do you
to?
think because they used to be doctors back in Hyderabad or something, and now
That could be it. They're wasting their skills. They're astrophysicists and they're working at Dunkin' Donuts, for Christ's sakes. But no, I mean, I've never seen a happy person at a Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know. Are you a Dunkin' Donuts fan or Starbucks, or do you get your coffee?
If I go to Dunkin' instead of.
Yeah, I think it's better coffee.
I just can't find a Dunkin' with cinnamon donuts anymore. I mean,
Wow.
they've whittled back the donut selection so badly
Really?
that yeah.
Yeah, I like the Boston cream. I'm a simple guy.
Yeah, my wife is a big Boston.
I'm a simple
cream
guy.
fan.
Give me a
Yeah.
Boston cream. I'm good.
They're never out of them.
No,
But,
no.
the powdered cinnamon have,
Powdered cinnamon. That sounds good. Powdered cinnamon. sounds
Yeah,
really good.
they're great.
Maybe almost put me in the mood for one. Powdered
they were
cinnamon.
the best donuts for actually dunking in coffee.
Wow. Yeah. That does sound good. But the coffee is fantastic. Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm addicted to it. But everybody, I mean, you walk in there and the people, they look like they're ready to hang themselves. All the workers,
man.
they must get treated like garbage. The pay must suck because nobody's happy in a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, plus you got to be up pretty early.
Oh,
to-
yeah, the pay, and I think a lot
Depending
of
on
them.
your shift, but
the drive-throughs are 24 hours in a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. The drive-throughs are.
Wow.
You can't go in.
Yeah.
So you must be working. Imagine working overnight in the Dunkin' Donuts. You really would. I would maybe hang myself. I was working at like 3 o'clock in the morning at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Back on Long Island, they would have a Dunkin' Donuts where you would sit and eat there.
Oh, they still have
and
some
they
of
would
those.
have like stools.
Right.
That would be like almost like a diner where you're at
Right,
the front
right.
counter and you're having
Oh,
coffee and a donut.
that stools.
My two sisters used to wait, like waitress, like
Wow.
actually serve.
Wow.
And the manager kept their tips.
Oh,
boy.
you fucking prick. What?
Yeah.
Remember the
right.
Chicky and Pete's got in
Chicky,
trouble
I
for
was
it?
just
Yeah.
gonna say that.
That jerk
yeah.
off was taking people. There's nothing worse than taking your workers' tips. There should be a special place in hell. If you own a place and you're taking a portion of your workers' tips, there really should be a special place in hell for you. I'm sorry. That's unbelievable. Did you came from Long Island?
Yeah.
Did they have any Tim Hortons up there?
No.
No. Because I've heard that Tim Hortons is great.
They are good.
You've been to Tim Hortons.
I'm a central upstate New Yorker.
Oh, right. That's right. I forgot you were.
But they didn't have Tim Hortons didn't proliferate
Is it
in the
Massachusetts?
States
or
until fairly recently.
Okay, but I thought upstate New York they do have Tim Hortons,
Yeah,
right?
they
Because
do.
somebody told me that.
Yeah,
but
coffee's good, pastries are good.
Right, that's what
no
I've heard.
cinnamon donuts.
I've heard Tim Hortons because somebody was there. Some comedian I was working with said, "Oh, you got to go to a Tim Hortons." I'd like to. Yeah, that sounds great. I'd like to go to a Tim Hortons. How about the Krispy Kreme? I've never had their coffee. I wonder if their coffee's any
I'm
good.
sure I have, but it's
the
kind of
donut-
forgettable because the donuts sort of
Donut-
outshine everything.
Right. I'm wondering what the coffee's like. But I would love to try that Tim Hortons because I'm addicted to coffee. I don't know if I'll ever get up that way or not, but we'll try it. So I read a report where they were saying that when an Eagles game is on, crime in Philadelphia goes down 50%. When an Eagles game is on TV, crime goes down 50%. And I'm
Just
thinking
50%?
I'm thinking if
They make up for it after the game.
after the game, but if they had Eagles games 365 days a year, this would be the safest city in America. Philadelphia would be gigantically
Well,
safe.
Jeffrey Lurie is probably pushing for like a 25 game schedule.
Of course, that's a great way to solve the. Of course, a lot of it is just crash or not prosecuting people. When you probably get beat up in an Eagles game, you don't get prosecuted. That's got to be part of it. But I mean, that's amazing. The crime would fall 50. That people are that intent on watching Eagles. This is a cult. I mean, I like football, but in Philadelphia, it is a cult.
I wonder how it compares to other cities. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think it would be
I do
similar,
too.
but maybe not as extreme.
Maybe not as extreme. I guess it depends. Certain cities do football. Some cities actually baseball is more popular, which is hard for us to believe. Like Boston and St. Louis, baseball is more popular than football, which seems weird to us, but it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's amazing. The crime would go that much, 50%. I guess so though. I guess people are just in. But even you think the criminals, well, maybe they know nobody else is out, so why go out? This
Yeah.
is slow
There's
time.
so many different variables to look at too. Does it go down more when the team's good? Because you could look at a team that's like Cleveland. Like, what happens to crime, when during
I think with
Browns
Cleveland,
games.
it's more people shooting themselves out in Cleveland. Watching the Braves. Same thing with the Jets fans. There's more people shooting themselves than it is.
My apologies to all the Cleveland fans of the McGonigle podcast out there. And cyberspace.
Those poor people.
As a
But
Jets fan, I can attest to the feelings
There
of
you
suicide.
go. Yeah.
have you been a lifelong Jets fan?
Yes, I have.
Mets
And
too.
season
Mets too.
ticket
Jets.
No,
and Mets?
I went Jets, Yankees, and Islanders.
Wow, usually it's Jets and Mets together, right?
Yeah.
You okay? I thought it was, and Yankees, Giants. Right? I thought that's what it was. But the thing with maybe it's like dynamic pricing, like Uber.
Yes, yeah.
You get busy times, but that 50%. I couldn't believe I read that stat. Your crime goes. They should get more Eagles games. More Eagles games. You bring the crime down. They should be trying to get 365 days a year.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you could look at, like birth rates and, crime and all kinds of statistics you could track vis-a-vis football.
I guess that's amazing though. That it's that much. Well, speaking of the Eagles, we're reading about Hollis Thomas and Brett Selleck's ex-wife. You reading about this?
No.
Brett Selleck, is it Brett or Brent? What is his first name? The former Eagles tight end. Brent, right?
With an N.
With an N.
Brent Selleck. His ex-wife is dating Hollis Thomas.
Hey.
And she's putting up these she's all over Instagram and the other places advertising that she's. I mean, imagine your wife. It's not enough your wife leaves you. She's with an ex-teammate.
Yeah,
and they're all over social media advertising it. I mean, hey, you talk about it. I mean, you talk insult to injury. You had to bang an ex-teammate. You couldn't bang somebody else.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sounds like comics in the Philadelphia scene, right?
Probably. Only it would be more petty if it was comics. It would be much more petty.
Well, this goes way back. You remember like the wife swapping baseball
Oh,
players?
the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
Back in the 70s.
Yeah, the two pitchers.
There she is kissing Hollis Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Susie Selleck. Yeah, but
My goodness.
yeah, the poor guy has to see. It's got to be an ex-teammate for crying. Bob Barker wouldn't like that. Bob Barker would not like that at all. Bob Barker is mad up in heaven. But no, I mean the wife swap in the Yankees. It was in spring training, and they swapped. Two Yankees players swapped. But then one of the couples broke up right away, and the other one stayed together for like 30 years.
Yeah.
But it was a crazy. And this is back. The Yankees weren't that good then. They were in a down period.
Yeah.
So it became the big story because
They had an open bullpen.
they had a key party in the bullpen.
Yeah, I know.
But
he would be like, bring in the right
This is
hander."
like 72, 73 when the
Yeah,
Yankees
it
were
was a long
going to
time
down
ago.
period. The Mantle retired, and they weren't that good. So that was all there was to talk about for the media. So it became a gigantic story in New York because the team stunk. So
Yep.
they played up the whole, and it became.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sorry, I took us far afield from the.
No,
from the Selleck
that's all.
Thomas thing.
No, that's awesome. That's why. My topics are stupid. Bring up your own topics. I encourage that from all of my guests. Bring up your own topics.
BYOT.
I love it. I love it. There's less work for me. But I don't know if that was when Steinbrecher owned the play. He had just bought. He bought him around that time in the early 70s. So maybe he. But it. Yeah, that was amazing too. The wife swap. But remember the Eagles thing. The Eagles back in the 80s. Right. I thought it was like 72. That was a big thing. But the Eagles won back in the 80s. There was a whole thing where they had, was it Jeremiah Trotter or Seth Joyner? His wife was in one section and his mistress was in the other section.
Wow.
And she found out about it, and a big brawl broke out right there in the stands.
Holy
it was a,
moly.
Oh, it was a big thing. WIP had a ball with it and newspapers.
Yeah.
It was a big thing, a big fight between the wife and...
Luckily, they had a court at the vet underneath, so they,
Yeah.
so they could get their divorce
Absolutely.
right there.
But some of the other wives started helping the wife beat the girl. And it was a big thing. WIP had a party with it for a couple. It was funny. They had this big brawl in the Vet Stadium was. That was Lord of the Flies down there at Vet Stadium. Did you guys? I don't know when you guys came.
I only went for baseball. I never saw football.
I didn't know if you.
I
How long
went there
you
for
lived in.
baseball games.
Yeah. But I mean, Eagles game. They had to have a court.
Yeah.
Where they would people get their arraignment.
Yep.
Seamus McCaffrey.
Yes, yeah.
Seamus, and you get your arraignment which is the only time I believe it's ever been done in American Sports Stadium. I don't know of any other instances. But the vet was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Holy God, the vet was crazy. I mean, in baseball games, they threw a battery at J.D. Drew when he was out playing when he came
remember
into
that,
town. Yeah. They slashed Terry Francona when he was managing the Phillies. They slashed his tires. They found that they could somehow get into the manager's parking lot, and he slashed his.
That was like the time when I kind of grew. You know, I had just moved to Philadelphia in the late '90s.
Yeah.
And went to a ton of because it was cheap.
Oh yeah,
The
it
team
was.
was
It was.
terrible.
Yeah. Oh.
You could get like a great
Yep.
seat by yourself.
Yeah, I went
for
there.
like
Yeah, I used to go down. You're right.
20 some odd
Yeah,
dollars.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go down to. You're right. It was cheap, but yeah, the vet was
Yeah, it was
insane.
a total dump. Yeah.
Oh, but the vet was insane. I remember going there. I remember what the World Series, a couple of World Series games. But it was crazy. The parking lot of the vet was crazy. And Jeffrey Lurie was embarrassed when he bought the Eagles. That's why he tried to make everything so expensive at the link to keep the rabble out. He won't tell you that, but that's what he did.
Didn't they have the issues with the turf there?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
turf.
yeah,
But it was
yeah.
like playing on concrete.
And it was on Monday Night Football, and it was like ripping up.
So many people got hurt on that turf. It literally, like they said it was like the worst turf in baseball or football. It was the worst. So many people had knee injuries. They said literally like playing on concrete. That's never. There were guys who got cancer, but everybody didn't get cancer. You know, like John Rugovich, Johnny Oates, Tug McGraw, but there was
Schmidt?
no, he didn't. Yeah, did he?
Skin cancer.
Okay,
I think. Yeah.
but there were so many people who played the vet who didn't get cancer. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
to say that they caused cancer, a lot of people get cancer. It might not have been the turf. That. Oh, it was. Can you imagine playing tackle football on concrete? That's what these guys were doing.
Yeah.
It was brutal the way guys would.
That's rough.
Guys would come in and just get in, and the opposing teams hated football, especially hated playing on that concrete. Because baseball, you were hurting your knees running on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was notorious for being the worst turf in both baseball and football. Philadelphia had another feather in Philadelphia's cap, the Vet Stadium turf.
But, Oakland and Pittsburgh had effectively the same stadium as the Vet.
But
the Coliseum and Three Rivers were like the same.
Three Rivers was the same. Riverfront in Cincinnati was the
Yep.
same. Yeah, they were the same. But I guess whatever the turf, I
Cookie
don't.
cutter dumps.
Yeah, I don't know what they used, but that was the whole rise of the multi-purpose stadium.
Yes, that's
Football and baseball.
Baseball.
Before that, it used to be separate. Now it's going back to being separate again.
Yep.
But that was the whole run in the 70s and 80s where you would have multi-purpose stadiums. And they would all look alike. You have all cookie cutter. You're right, yeah. It was just terrible. But it was notorious for that. People wouldn't want to come and play here. Everybody wouldn't want to come and play here. Did you guys know that even with, you were mentioning self-driving cars earlier, you can still get charged with a DUI? Like if you're a passenger in a self-driving car and you get pulled over, that you can get charged because you're supposed to be sober just in case there's some malfunction and you have to take over?
I buy that.
Yeah.
I guess, but isn't that kind of the point? You don't have to, you can have a self.
Not as a passenger, but you got to be behind the wheel, right?
They said if you're in the car and it's your car, I guess, because
Yeah.
you're supposed to.
I guess if you're the only person, it doesn't matter where you're sitting.
Right. But you're supposed to be capable of taking over if there's a malfunction.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense, but that seems like a real ripoff, doesn't it? You're doing a responsible thing. You're not driving. You're having a few drinks, and you're still getting DUI.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty bad.
It does, but people have died.
I know. I don't trust those. I wouldn't
get
get like one of those Waymos. I wouldn't get
yeah.
in one of those things. I mean, I don't care how safe they tell me. I'm not getting in a car that doesn't have a driver.
Yeah.
I am not. There's
No,
no.
and people in self-driving Teslas, like there was a case where the algorithm couldn't tell the difference between a light blue tractor trailer and the Horizon, and it like plowed.
There's
right
no
underneath
way
it.
I'm
Yeah.
getting in one of those cars. I don't care how safe they tell me they are. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not. Would you get in a self-driver? I
not
don't,
there yet.
No, I do not trust that. I don't even like an Uber. Some of those guys.
At
But
high speeds, I wouldn't. I might do it like for the city.
city's
driving.
bad too, though.
Yeah, it is. But it's lower speed and,
Yeah,
and
it
less
is.
likely to get a Tiger Woods
Yo,
roll
it's a
over.
highway. Forget it. There's no possible way I would get up on a highway. But I don't know. I don't trust those things. Some people think my cars are self-driving because sometimes the headrests say they can't see me. The other day, I drive a company car at work, and I'm driving, and this black kid comes pulling up, and his eyes were bulging out of his head because I could tell he thought there was no driver. I could tell just the way he pulled up and looked. That he could tell he thought there was no driver because you can't see me. You're behind me in the headlight. You can't see me. It looks like the car is driving
Remember
by
that
itself.
old cartoon Secret Squirrel when he had like the big long car and it was just like the tiny squirrel driving?
You should have seen the look on his kid's face, and then you could see the relief when he saw there was somebody driving. He thought
Yeah,
the car
thank
was
goodness.
driving by itself.
What's the company car that you drive?
I drive for an auto parts manufacturer.
Oh, nice.
Drive the company car around, but yeah, it's funny. The kid, you can tell the kid thought that And it was that would be funny. I can go around practical joking people. That's
right.
funny. But so these classic rock bands are all still out there. All these old classic, broken down classic rock bands are still out there. I was trying to propose a rule that every time an original member of a classic rock band dies, they have to lower the ticket prices by $30. Just
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner would be paying the audience.
Yeah, right. So would Foreigner.
Yeah, Grateful Dead, they'd be giving you money. I mean,
Although Lou Gramm does do some dates with.
it's amazing to me they have the nerve. Like Leonard Skinner, there's literally no original members left, and they're still charging these outrageous prices. You could go to a bar and see a tribute band for a lot, and it's the same thing. It's not the original members. I don't like you couldn't do that in comedy. I couldn't go out and say, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Pryor, and I walk out and start doing. That would be a riot. Ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Dangerfield. The bottles would be getting thrown. Rock and roll, they can get away with that. You could not get away with that in comedy. Tribute comics would not go well. Could you imagine me trying to do Lenny Bruce's act?
Yeah, right.
Maybe Bill Cosby could still put something to drink.
What's neat are the acts that still have remained somewhat intact, now Guns N' Roses has three of the original five members,
but
Duran Duran is 4 of 5.
Aerosmith did up until they retired.
Yeah.
U2 is still the original 4 guys.
Yep.
They're still the original 4 guys.
Yeah,
but
that's amazing.
Yeah, that
for
is
decades.
That is since the 70s, the original 4 guys. Yeah, that is hard to believe. They're very few, but it's I don't know. I don't see paying that kind of money for when you got the Eagles. Don Henley's the only original member left.
Oh, right. Yeah.
How are you paying these ticket prices? You're not seeing the band you think you're seeing. I don't understand that.
But you're hearing the voice that you remember.
Sometimes, not sometimes. Like
True.
You got Journey and somebody's not even the original singer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how you do that. At least when Paul McCartney goes out, he doesn't call it the Beatles. He calls it Paul McCartney. You know, that would really imagine if it was him and Ringo and they were calling it Beatles.
Yeah.
What a ripoff that would be. So you can't. I don't know. I would never. Would you pay that kind of money to see one of these classic bands that it's really basically a tribute band? It's not the original guys. I don't understand that.
I would pay it if it's like they have like those bundled tours like of 80s bands.
Oh, they do that.
You know,
They do a lot of
so
that.
there's like one member in.
Yeah,
like,
they
each of
do
them.
some of that. Yeah,
I would do that.
Yeah,
since it was kind of a bargain.
I guess. I get, but it might be more fun if they actually played together, like somebody from Foreigner, somebody from Journey, and they played together like a traveling Wilburys type of thing.
Yeah.
That I can see
That was kind of the Ringo Starr all-star
band. There you go.
that
He
was that
absolutely,
thing,
he absolutely. You know the whole thing when they formed the Traveling Wilburys, they were going to ask Ringo to be the drummer.
Oh, no kidding.
But then George Harrison said, nah, people are going to start Beatle comparisons. So he didn't want to do it. Then when Ringo found out, he was pissed. He was like, man, I would have loved to have been in that. What the fuck? So they got this kid in Major League Baseball. I don't know if you guys are baseball fans. They got this kid, rookie sensation, Kevin McGonigal.
Oh, all right.
Kevin, he's a shortstop for the Detroit Tigers. But he spells his name wrong. He doesn't spell it the same as I do. He spells it G-L-E instead of G-A-L. He spells it wrong. But now, here's the thing. I'm not
Now
even
we
good.
have 2 super athletes named McGonigle.
There you go. But it's funny, and he's a local kid. He's from Delaware County.
Nice.
He went to Monsignor Bonner. And he's this big rookie sensation in baseball. And now people are going to be asking me if I'm trying to find a way to latch onto this kid. I'm trying to find a way to somehow ride this kid's coattails. I got to find a way to ride this kid's coattails. Even though I'm thinking about legally changing my spelling of my names so people think I'm related to him.
Sure, why not?
Because there's got to be. I've never seen a famous McGonigle my whole life. There's nobody named anybody famous named McGonigle. Nobody I know. Finally, there's a famous McGonigle. I got to get in on this, and he's local. I got to find a way to latch onto this kid somehow. Somebody, maybe he can sue me for latching on to him, and then I can get more publicity. Yeah. But I got to do something because
start buying like Facebook ads for this podcast in Detroit, and then you'll get some people tuning in.
It's funny when you hear it when people, McGonigle's coming out the bat, McGonigal's doing this, and I'm thinking, coming out the bat, I was the worst Little League player in history. you should have seen me in Little League. I didn't get off the bench. So it's the funniest thing, but I've never seen a famous McGonigle. The only time McGonigle's name was ever mentioned, there's an old black and white Jimmy Cagney movie. Mm-hmm. And there's a guy who's like an Irish gangster, and Cagney says, I'm not afraid of that McGonigle. That's a slur, using it as a slur to make fun of the Irish. And I always thought that was cool. Jimmy Cagney said my name in a movie, huh? But that's the only thing I've ever heard. I've never heard the name used. Oh, on The Simpsons. There was
Oh yeah.
Homer was watching a TV detective named McGonigal.
McGonigal, yeah.
I remember he's sitting there with the remote control and he goes, McGonigal. He eases the pain. I always thought Homer Simpson said my name. That's the coolest thing ever. But there's not many. Finally, a famous. I'm going to find a way to latch on to you out there. Tell your parents to call a lawyer now. I'm coming. Right. I'm coming for your fame. I'm coming. I'm going to get in. You read about this OnlyFans model. She was renting out Airbnbs, and apparently to turn on these perverts she would rent these Airbnbs and then go around the place peeing on all the furniture.
Oh yes, I did hear about that.
Apparently her perverted subscribers thought this was great, so she was making money, but now she's being sued sideways by all the Airbnb. Are you turned on at all by an attractive woman peeing? That doesn't turn. I know some guys dig that. Some guys are into that pee. I have no idea what that turn on is. An attractive woman peeing or defecating.
Yeah.
Who has that turn on? I don't like the thought of a woman going into a bathroom peeing. That makes me sick. Never mind.
Makes you sick.
I don't want nothing. When I'm my drinking days, I wouldn't want to sit near the ladies' room. I'd want to sit on the other side of the bar. That's unbelievable.
Is that a lyric in a Nicki Minaj?
It should be. It should be a lyric in a Nicki Minaj. Or one of these classic bands could bring that back now that they're.
I feel bad for whoever had the Airbnb after her.
Exactly. Or the owners of the place who had to get the whole place. There she is. Who had to get the whole place steam cleaned.
Yeah, Florida Airbnb, yeah.
Causing $5,300 in damage.
Wow.
Florida, that
I would
tracks.
expect more than that. They must have got a bargain.
But I mean, these only.
That's IKEA
Must have
furniture.
been IKEA furniture, yeah.
That's another thing. These OnlyFans. There's so much nudity on the internet. Why would you have to pay for it? I don't understand that either. Guys who get addicted to certain girls and they pay subscriptions. Like these girls there's girls making big money on OnlyFans.
What do they call it? Like a psychosocial relationship? Like if you get so infatuated with someone, and I think
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, like John Hinckley when he shot the president to impress
Right.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
But I don't understand that. There's so much nudity on the internet. I'd be damned if I'd pay for it just to see one specific girl. I don't understand that. They have the same body parts. It's going to be the same thing if you see a free girl naked. It's going to be the same thing. It's really not. She doesn't have like free tits. I don't. Would you ever pay for OnlyFans?
No.
I don't get it. I mean,
The top OnlyFans, whatever you call them, performer, $71 million she made from 2021 to 2024.
wow.
And then Mia Khalifa,
Yeah.
she makes $6 million. She made $6 million a month.
Darn.
Jeez.
Wow.
that's unbelievable. I mean, it's capitalism, okay,
Yeah.
but I don't understand who would pay for that. It's the same people. I don't understand who would go to Starbucks, pay $9 for a latte when you can get it so much cheaper at Dunkin' Donuts. I don't understand that
Oh,
either.
there's a new champion. That was an old
oh,
one.
there you go.
Black China makes $20 million a month.
Black China.
on
Wow.
OnlyFans.
Well, I can tell you one of her subscribers is not Bob Barker, for sure. not Black China. He's not subscribing
Black
to
China sounds like a brand of some kind of drug you'd score
Oh,
down
it
a
does.
kid's
And it might be. It might be both. It might. You got
Kardashian's ex-wife, right? Rob Kardashian's ex-wife.
And she,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
that circles back. That figures that the
Yeah,
Kardashian.
right.
Yeah, apparently the guys in that family have no more brains than the women do. That's on Black China.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Like what an entrepreneurial spirit.
That really. I mean, we used to buy Playboy. Man, how much was Playboy back in the day? Like $5 or something. It was pretty cheap, right? Back in the day.
I was just joking that when I was in high school, I could get a pack of cigarettes and a Playboy for $7.
There you go.
And throw in a
go.
can of Mountain
$3
Dew.
change, so you could get a meal out of it too.
Those
2
were-
hours with a minimum wage job, you know?
Those were the days. Everything's so fucking expensive. Holy mackerel. Yeah, I don't understand it, but I never got that peeing. Some guys are into that peeing, girls peeing.
Yeah.
I
To
don't
each
know.
their own, I guess.
I guess, but I don't see how. I mean, there's a lot of things a girl can do to you. Peeing would be way down the list to me. One of the things a woman could do to you.
Well, the guy who owned OnlyFans died, so maybe that's his karmic come up.
And he was fairly young too, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
43.
43. Wow. Well, yeah, God punished him. He's probably up there hanging with Bob Barker.
Why is that not a lawsuit?
What's
getting
that?
your kids addicted or hooked on
yeah.
these OnlyFans.
Well, it will be. Give somebody time. It will be. Now that they open the door to this internet lawsuits, everything's going to be a lawsuit. Sue me. I'm begging you. I need the attention. Sue me. So I'm reading more about the Epstein files. You see, David Copperfield's name is in the Epstein file. This proves he's not a real magician because he could just make the files disappear if he was a real magician. So clearly he's not a real magician. He's been exposed as a pervert and not a real magician. That poor guy, he got a double loss.
Yeah.
But he was losing some of. Apparently, I didn't know he was still working, but he was losing some of his gigs.
He was a Las Vegas residency guy for a
probably
long time.
maybe Branson, Missouri too. Maybe who knows?
Yeah,
But he was
sure.
losing some of his gigs. I guess he would be. But the thing I love about the Epstein files recently is they're talking about this place out in New Mexico that Epstein owned, the Zorro Ranch.
Right.
The Zorro. Now, doesn't that? I mean, if you call something the Zorro Ranch, you're really not trying to hide it, are you? I mean, you're really trying to keep
really.
things under the low key, and it's the Zorro Ranch.
It's the Lone Ranger Range.
Yeah, you're bragging about something called the Zorro Ranch. There's a good chance something funny's going on there, the Zorro Ranch. And now they think there might be bodies buried there. They're thinking there might be, is it New Mexico, Arizona, wherever it
is
is?
New Mexico,
New Mexico, yeah. They're thinking there might be, well, that's where Walter White, wasn't he in Albuquerque, New Mexico? Walter White? I think he was. He was in Albuquerque. Yeah, but the Zorro Ranch, I mean, what do you think was worse, the Spawn Ranch that Manson and the guys were hanging out on, or the Zorro Ranch? I wonder if Bob Barker ever got out to the Zorro Ranch. He probably had his own thing going on. But David Copperfield, that's the funniest thing.
Well, he dated supermodels, David Copperfield.
He was engaged to Claudia Schiffer for a while back in the 80s. That's right, he was.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and so how would he need that? I get these guys there. I don't know. I don't understand, but yeah, he's not a real magician. He could have made that whole thing go away. I don't. Copperfield. I don't know. I was going to try and do that on stage, but there's too many young people who don't know who David Copperfield is. So you guys are probably the right age.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, so Copperfield.
TV specials.
Oh, he
yeah,
made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
Yes,
huh?
that's right.
He made the Statue of Liberty disappear. Can't make his own bad publicity disappear, but he got the Statue of Liberty, the poor guy. I was thinking, we're trying to solve racial problems in this country. We should just get the directors of all the TV commercials, because all the TV commercials, all the racial problems are solved. You ever watch a TV commercial? Every commercial, there's a white husband, black wife, Chinese kid. It's they're having breakfast, and there's every kind of race sitting at the breakfast table. Mm-hmm. They solved the racial problem.
That's a fairly new development. I remember like Cheerios had like one of the first interracial couples, and it was a big deal.
It's a good thing Bob Barker, he'd be boycotting every product. He wouldn't be buying anything. He would not go for this.
Wouldn't be giving away a lifetime supply
No,
of Cheerios.
Bob Barker would not. He would be turning down sponsors. Bob Barker. But isn't it? Do you take those commercials serious when you see these? It's not real. I mean, there's not this many multicultural families. There's some, but it's unbelievable. You watch this stuff. How is this real? It's the funniest thing. They got the grandma comes in. She's wearing a burger. I mean, I don't know. The dog speaking French. It's ridiculous.
Well, the important thing is they're solving difficult problems like tough laundry stains.
Exactly. They're not. It's not. We can get the war and all that kind of stuff, but they're solving. You're right. You're absolutely right.
What to eat for breakfast.
Absolutely.
How to do your taxes. All these couples are coming together.
They're solving all the
solving
problems.
Febreze.
Yep.
Febreze,
Yes, exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, you're right. So I was in a supermarket last week, and I saw a product. I should have bought it because I would have liked to have held it up. It's called Slap Your Mama Cajun Seasoning. Slap Your Mama Cajun. I saw it on the shelf. They're selling this. Slap Your Mama. I wonder who they're targeting that for. I guess they're targeting that for white suburban people. Slap Your Mama Cajun Seasoning. Just in case you wondered if my neighborhood changed. As soon as you see Slap Your Mama Cajun Seasoning.
Maybe they are, and it's like cultural appropriation.
Maybe, but I would feel like I was committing a racial crime if I bought it. If I took that up to the counter, I would be afraid I might get arrested. Slap Your Mama Cajun Seasoning. Have you found it, Jim? But I would be afraid to buy it. I don't know. But Slap Your Mama.
I'll wait till you see what comes with it.
It's like something like when you go to like a tourist trap in a city and they
But
have
isn't
that
that-
store
but isn't
with all
that
the different named sauces.
Almost
like,
sell it. They're encouraging domestic violence. Slap Your Mama. I mean, I thought we weren't supposed to do that. I thought we weren't supposed to.
I just wonder what, turn of phrase inspired it. Like, this is so good, you'll
Punch your daddy.
and slap your mama. Cajun mesquite rib roast.
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
seems more like a Louisiana thing.
I bet you it's really good.
Oh, it probably is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'd be afraid to buy that. I'm afraid somebody might clock me like Buzz Aldrin. I might get clocked in the checkout line buying something like that. I don't know.
Maybe they just ask you about it. Like, hey, how's that punch your daddy?
Slap your
How's
mama.
that slap your mama?
I don't know. That sounds like that does sound like cultural appropriation. If you bought that, you might be in trouble. And they might say, well, you can't buy that. That's not your people. What are you buying that for? That's like if I sold something called, cirrhosis of the liver, Irish whiskey. People would probably, I don't know that people would want to buy that. It's accurate, but I don't know that people would want to buy that. Well, it's like the Irish car bomb drinks, right? It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Well, listen, we did about an hour, didn't we, Jim? Just about an hour. We had a good time. We slandered Bob Barker. We slandered David Copperfield. We slandered Nicki Minaj and
we learned about Bigfoot.
We slandered Brent Selleck and his
seasonings.
Your affinity for Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Yeah.
My affinity. Kevin McGonigal, I got to find a way to hook onto his fame. Somebody tell me a way to hook. I got to hook onto this guy somehow. You guys got anything to plug to me? Plug your show next week.
Yeah, April 4th at Brothers Kirshner Brewing Company in Skipack. It's,
Brothers Kirshner
Andy
Brewing
Nolan,
Company.
Amir Galan, Raf Amir, and us.
That's a great show. Amir and Andy's been here a couple times. I would love to get Amir here. That's a great show. Go see this show. What's the name of the place again?
Brothers Kirshner Brewing.
Skipack, Pennsylvania.
Skipack, Pennsylvania. Make sure you go out and see that show. You guys don't have podcasts or anything to promote to your websites now.
Nah.
All right, there's a couple places to come see me at McGonigle if you're inclined to come see some mediocre comedy. April 10th, I'll be at the Stolen Sun Brewery, Exton, PA. April 11th, Give a Hoot Comedy Club in Berlin, New Jersey. May 7th, Bonesaw Brewing, Glassboro, New Jersey. May 30th, Harvest Ridge Winery in Tuffkanaman, Pennsylvania. I don't even know how to spell the damn name. Pronounce the name. What is it? But maybe it's Takaman. Maybe that's how you spell it. I don't know. I know I'm getting paid to go there. But and the Milton Theater, June 26th in Delaware. So come out and see America's least favorite entertainer, Ed McGonigal, at some of these venues. And make sure you see that at the Brothers Kirshner Brewing for these. I want to thank these guys for coming out. Chris Dolan, Mike Lancer, you guys were great again. Love to have you again sometime. Come out. Thank Jim Corhan, the man who runs everything.
Jim.
We thank everything. Listen, join us on the next dumb episode. Thanks a lot, folks. Thank you.
It's America's stupidest podcast. Think NPR for dummies. This is the McGonigle Podcast.